These days, we could all be a little more kind to one another. It's amazing what can happen with just the smallest act of kindness. And a local author and one of our favorite guests is releasing a new book, which is all about that. It's called The Negativity Remedy. And joining us now, we have Nicole Phillips. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, Lisa. One of my favorite places to be always. I wish I could be in the studio with you, giving you a big hug, but we'll do the COVID thing for now.
For now. We will welcome you back into the studio with open arms. We always love to visit with you. I just love to follow you on social media because I just feel like it's that little pick-me-up that I need all the time, whether you're telling a story about yourself, you're such an open book, or, stories about other people and these acts of kindness. So now you have a new book out, and I noticed this on your social media as well, and I thought, wow, I got to read this. What is it about, and how is it different than what you have done in the past?
It's called The Negativity Remedy, Unlocking More Joy, Less Stress, and Better Relationships Through Kindness. And the first two books I wrote, Kindness is Contagious and Kindness is Courageous, came out of a newspaper column that I write where people send in their stories of kindness and how it made them feel, or, something they had done or something someone did to them. Well, this book is basically what I learned over a decade of reading those stories, and also really being intentional about researching kindness and seeing what clicks. Why does kindness really seem like a way of life for some people, and why does it seem like one random act for other people? And how do I get to the point where I can make kindness just part of who I am? So that's what I'm hoping to share in this book.
I love this. Did you realize you were doing 10 years of research to prepare for this book?
No. And it's been so great because all of the little things between having people send in their stories, and then I have a show called the Kindness Podcast where I have these great guests, and some people are just experts in the field and they share all of their information with me. And so, I've been taking notes throughout the years, and I've been really trying to process this. And at some point I got to the point where I had to sit down and I had to write it out. I had to share it because I really feel passionate about perspective. And I really feel like it's our perspective that helps us go from living life to loving life. And perspective is such an easy thing. Well, I say easy thing. If you're intentional about it and you're really thinking about what you're thinking about, then we can switch that perspective and we can really see the whole world as being with us, and being for us and not against us.
It seems like this is more important now than ever before. You've been on this, for 10 years, at least 10 years. And people have always been drawn to it and drawn to these stories. But I feel like right now, do you feel like this is the perfect time to release this book?
I do. And I had no idea. It was interesting because I actually wrote the outline for this book about 6 years ago and sat down and tried to fill in some of the gaps. And then I got breast cancer and I was kind of, stopped for a while. I shelved it. And about a year and a half ago, I woke up one morning and I just knew that I had to sit down and write this book. And so very quickly, within a matter of a couple of weeks, I had the first 3 chapters written. And from that point, I sent it to my agent and said, do you think any book publishers would think this was interesting? And we actually had 4 that wanted the book, which is insane and unheard of for a previously unpublished, traditionally unpublished author. So I knew at that moment that we were onto something. And I just at that point really hoped that I would be able to take this passion that I have for people living their best lives and put it in the form of words. And so I think that's what we've done.
Who do you think would benefit the most from this book?
Everyone. Of course, I'm going to say everyone. There are going to be people who are just inherently kind, and they already have this mindset that are going to read this and go, oh yeah, that's a nice tweak. I should add that in. And then there are going to be people who read this book who really feel like the world is against them, that are going to think, oh, you know what? Maybe I might be the common denominator of the negativity around here. Maybe some of this negativity is stemming from me in my home or in my workplace. And that's really, that is really a humble place to be. And I've been there. And I really hope that people are open enough when they read it to really identify themselves in that space of change.
Is there a favorite chapter or favorite little nugget in the book that you'd be willing to share with us today?
Yeah, I love the idea of thinking about what you're thinking about. And that is to me just the thing. Think about what you're thinking about at different times of the day. Put it in your calendar and an alarm will go off that says, "What am I thinking about right now?" Because it so often comes down to hurry, worry, or jury. You know, you're judging somebody, you're worrying about what's coming next, or you're just in such a hurry that you can't slow down and enjoy the moment around you. And so just by identifying that, we are able to make that change. We're able to say, you know what, this thought isn't serving me. I don't want to park my brain in this place of negativity of, you know, whether it's a political candidate or it's something to do with a social justice issue. You know, we have the choice to think about what we're thinking about and then to reframe that in a spot of compassion. And I really think that just by slowing down enough and being really conscious about what am I thinking about in this moment, that's where great change starts.
That's incredible. Okay, that was just a tidbit of the negativity remedy. If you liked that and felt like that was moving, you definitely need this book. So is it available yet, and where can we get it?
So that's a good question. It is supposed to be released September 1st, but I have heard that, and that's where it'll be released on Amazon and at bookstores September 1st in the Audible version and the Kindle and the paperback. But I understand that if you order it through the publisher right now, they will send it to you early, and that's bakerbookhouse.com.
Okay, bakerbookhouse.com. Incredible. Okay, looking forward to that September 1st. Since we have you, though, quick, you know, you never slow down. You're always doing something. Where are you at right now, and are you still doing a lot of speaking engagements?
Yeah, most of them are virtual right now, which is kind of an interesting thing for me because I love to be right with people. I'll be at the Huron State Fair, though, September 4th. That's coming up. My calendar at NicoleJPhillips.com has a list of the places that I'll be or virtual speaking events that I'm doing. But the really exciting thing right now for me is in my town of Aberdeen, South Dakota. That's where we ended up moving a year ago. The whole community is doing an all Aberdeen reads. And so I would love for Fargo to join in that and do an all Fargo reads of the negativity remedy, because if we can cast a new vision in our communities as individuals, I mean, we're gonna rock this world, and it is gonna be filled with kindness.
I love that. I love your passion. Nicole, always great to visit with you, and we'll work on that. Let's get Fargo, let's get North Dakota involved, and let us know when you're back in our neck of the woods as well.
I will. Thanks, Lisa.
We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.